Now, a new 10-part series, Ocean of Dreams, Currents of Change, takes to the South Pacific for an examination of the Cook Islands and their inhabitants.
The South Pacific, the exotic setting, for many a dream of paradise on earth. Certainly there's a heavenly touch about these islands, but some very earthly challenges are facing its inhabitants. The people of the young island states are trying to perform an extremely difficult balancing act, that of bringing about economic development while still maintaining the essence of their traditional cultures and values. The Cook Islands are a diverse collection of 15 islands, most of them tiny low coral atolls. The total landmass is only 240 square kilometers, but the islands are spread over a vast area of ocean. The biggest island, Rarotonga, is of volcanic origin, with peaks rising for more than 600 meters above the fringing reef. Rarotonga makes up about 90% of the nation's total landmass, yet a car trip around the island takes less than 1 hour. The British explorer Captain Cook was here in the 1770s, but he did not name the islands after himself, as the name might indicate. The first European to visit was de Quiros, a Spanish explorer who sailed far and wide in the Pacific Ocean. Obviously, he was impressed with the people he met. His report reads, "They were the most beautiful white and elegant people that we met during the voyage, especially the women, who, if properly dressed, would have advantages over our Spanish women." The ancestors of the people de Quiro met here populated most of the islands in Polynesia probably more than 2,000 years before he arrived. They belong to the Polynesian ethnic group called Maoris. The Maori people still make up more than 80% of the population of the Cook Islands.
Boat number 13, ladies and gentlemen, is Miss Cook Islands. The Miss Cook Islands pageant and import traders.
During the colonial period in the Pacific, they were under British rule and later New Zealand's. In 1965, they were given the choice of complete independence or a free association with New Zealand. They decided to maintain the close relationship with their former colonial power and became a self-governing nation within their own constitution. This event is still vigorously celebrated every year. In the more formal part of the constitutional celebration, the representative of Queen Elizabeth II will appear. He is the head of the young state and performs formal duties similar to those of a president.
I want to make it clear to the media that the budget was sabotaged by government members of parliament.
Being a self-governing state, the Cook Islands have their own parliament. This is modeled after the Westminster system of government, headed by the Prime Minister.
Has failed to deliver.
Some lively debates take place in the parliament, but one question is seldom discussed, that of full independence from New Zealand. Very few Cook Islanders want to sacrifice the advantages which the present system gives them.
Who's leading this coup?
For any political party in the Cook Islands to have the objective of attaining complete independence from New Zealand and cutting off our free association relationship, that would be committing political suicide. Not only do every single man, woman and child in the Cook Islands have relatives in New Zealand, but they also want to retain that access to New Zealand through being New Zealand citizens. That has the advantage of providing us with a safety valve in terms of our population, so that from a population of around 21,000 in 1971, our population now is down to about 17,000. Most of the people who have gone away have gone to New Zealand.
More Cook Islanders are actually living abroad than in the islands. It might seem strange that so many people leave their home islands. Most outsiders would probably consider them idle places to satisfy dreams of a Pacific haven.